listen to how they talk, listen to how they speak about people that are in their lives, because that's how you know how they will speak about you when you're not in the room. Yeah, my friends betrayed me. Avoid squads. Putting yourself in a situation where you are like the third party or the third wheel or fourth wheel of an already established squad is very dangerous. I find it extremely annoying when I see adults that don't know how to communicate. At your big age, why can't you talk? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Amy Odili back with another YouTube video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please stay, please subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up and share to your friends. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do not take your support for granted. Today, I'm going to be talking about how I overcame being the floater friend and tips on how to make better friendships. So if you're not familiar with that term floater, I'm going to be starting off this video with the definition of a floater. A floater refers to someone who is not affiliated with a clique or a group of friends. A floater is a person who has no real connections with other people or a personal friend. Basically, in layman terms, a floater is that one person that you know that doesn't necessarily have their own group of friends. He or she is just friends with this person today, friends with the other person tomorrow. They don't necessarily have their own small community of people that they can say, okay, this person is my friend. And most floaters suffer from a severe case of surface level friendships. Like, they don't have friends that they can easily just go and meet and talk about deep stuff, talk about things that, you know, is bothering them, you know, things that actually matter. It's always just vibe. Some people have chosen to identify as the floater friend for many reasons, while others are just in that situation. It's sad that they have found themselves as the floater friend, not because they want to, maybe just circumstances of life has gotten them to being the floater friend. But yeah, that's why I'm making this video today, because the sad truth, even if you want to deny it, even if some people want to be a little bit delulu about the situation, being the floater friend is not fun. Been there, done that, and that's exactly why I'm making this video right now, to break you guys from the chains of loneliness. So my first point is going to address your ideology on friendships. Before you can even come and say, I want to have friends, or I'm ready to make friends, I'm done being a floater friend, you first need to examine yourself and think about your ideology on friendships. What does friendship mean to you? Most people that have chosen to be the loner or the floater friend is actually due to different reasons. It could be trust issues. It could be that they've had really bad experiences in friendship. Let me give you guys a little story time on how I eventually decided that me, I'm a loner, I don't want to make friends with anybody. Let's story back to high school, because yeah, that's where all these things started from. Around the time when I was in like GS3 to SS1, SS2, I started liking boys. Aww. Or rather, I started dating boys. I started having like my first, you know, high school relationships with boys. And unfortunately, that boy was not in my class or my set. He was, I think, a set higher than mine. When we started talking, we started off as best friends. You know, we started off as close friends, and then you turned into my boyfriend. Yeah, that's basically what happened. We were just friends. You know, I had a lot of friends in the set above me because I was the same age as them. Most of my classmates were a bit younger than me, and never really could relate to them in ways. So I just naturally gravitated towards people in the higher sets, and they were my friends as well. So it was natural for me to like find someone in that higher set a bit more attractive. But there was a little issue with that relationship because the boy's ex this story is actually so mind-blowing for high school. But anyways, the boy's ex in his set was, I guess, not over him or not over the relationship. I don't know, there was some drama going on there. And when I came into the picture, she basically made it her life's purpose to bully me. That's why till today, you can never catch me fighting for a man. But anyway, she started to bully me. She would make up stories about me. I don't know if it was delusion, but there were some things that she would come up with and say that I said them about her. This baby is always coming to my class to talk about, oh, what did you say about me? Da, 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 da. But we all knew it was because of the guy that I was dating at the time, and because she didn't want us to get together. Like, there was even a time she told me that she was going to make my life miserable. but I digress. So my friends in high school at the time were obviously going through this bullying situation with me. Sometimes they would even get in the mix of the drama, and for a while they stood by me. It was fun and games until some of them actually started turning against me. Like, some of them would actually betray me and go tell my bully that I said this and that. There was one in particular that did not even say anything accurate. She just made stuff up like the bully and lied. My friends betrayed me. Yeah, it was a Jesus and Judas situation at the time. And at that point, I was so discouraged with friendships. I was just like, all you bitches is fake. Like, I can't believe you guys did me dirty like this, because they were not helping. Like, the situation wasn't helping. It was actually making matters worse for me. It was crazy. Around SS2, I made the decision to not do SS3 because, like I said, my main G's were in the set above me. So I wasn't going to spend another year with the little kids in my class. No shade, please. If any of my classmates from high school is watching this, sorry, but like, it just wasn't given anymore. I didn't feel like I wanted to stay another year in that school. A lot of people don't know this, but I skipped SS3. Like, I did not do that class. I just dropped out of high school, stopped going to school, and I was reading for JAM and WAEC in my house and actually wrote the exams. And I passed one time. Like, I'm actually so proud of myself. I passed my JAM one time. That is one of my biggest achievements to date. My parents were so proud. So because of that, I went into uni without my high school friends. Like, you know how from high school you already have friends that are planning and asking each other, oh, what school are you going to? Oh, me, I'm going to uni then. Oh, me, I'm going to a private uni. I didn't have that because I left most of my classmates in SS2 because I had jumped, right? So going into uni, I didn't have friends. I didn't have my own friends from high school. So I was a loner, like I would say at the time. And then starting 100 level, I was very like quiet, timid. I didn't want any drama, because I literally just came from drama. I was just on my own, going to school, coming back. Because of the trauma I suffered from high school, I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who to like draw close to me and say, oh yeah, we're going to be friends. That was when I adopted my self-proclaimed title of being a loner. I always used to say it, I'm a loner, I'm a loner, I'm a loner, please, I don't want to see finish. I was scared that if I got too close to people, one of my friends or maybe all of them would betray me in one way or another. So that was what really shaped my initial ideology on friendships. You really need to first identify what has warped your ideology on friendships. If it's something negative, then you should really check it because it's going to affect you in the long run. And I know that a lot of people might have had bad experiences, but I promise you, friendship is beautiful. Friendship is a good thing. And I want to encourage you that even God is in support of you having friends. God wants you to make friends. And I'll prove it by reading from the Bible, Proverbs 18:24. And it says, one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. This is Bible talking right now. So God is even encouraging you that, make friends. There's somebody out there that will be your paddy, somebody that will stick closer than a brother to you. And now I'm happy to say that I have friends like that in my life, like friends that I am closer to than even my siblings. I promise you guys, this is real talk. Listen to what I'm saying. If possible, grab a pen and a jotter to jot things down. Yeah. So my second point as a floater is to avoid squads. I wish I could come closer to the camera. Please, I beg you in the name of God, avoid squads. Speaking from experience, for someone that has done this twice, as if the first time was not shameful enough for me, I did it twice. So one thing about squads is that if they're a group of 2-3 people, they've started up their friendship from a particular level that you have no idea about. Putting yourself in a situation where you are like the third party or the third wheel or fourth wheel of an already established squad is very dangerous. One, because at that point, you're just so desperate to have a group of people that you want to be friends with, not necessarily one person that is your best friend, but now this is like 2-3 people. As a floater, it can be overwhelming to deal with that at the get-go. Like, your first time trying to get out there and make friends, you're going straight into a squad. It is advisable as a floater to look for individuals that you gel with, people that you vibe with, instead of just going straight into squads. It can be very chaotic. It can be really messy, especially when you guys quarrel or you guys fight. They might not really regard you as their own friend and deal with it the way they will deal with their own issues if it's just them. There are plenty squad friendships that are thriving. There are people that have been friends from childhood that are thriving, but that's them. They have the genesis of their friendship. You were not there when they made that pact. You just came out of nowhere. So it's not the same. It's not going to be the same for you, unfortunately. So please take time. Find your own people. Find people that you gel with. Find people that like you. Even though you know one person in the group, you don't know the rest. You don't know if they really like you. You don't know if they even want you to be a part of the squad. It could be a lot going on over there, and you don't want that as a closer friend. So my third point is check for red flags in people. Please. Friendships are a lot like romantic relationships. Take for example, let's say like you are in a new talking stage or whatever, you want to get into a relationship with this person. That whole talking stage phase, however long it is, sometimes it takes a month, sometimes 2 months, 3 months or more. If you're in a talking stage more than 3 months, wrap it up. They're not gonna cuff you, girl. It's now a relationship without the tag, and you don't want to be in that position this year. But I digress. When you're in that talking stage phase, what are the things you look out for? You're trying to get to know this person. You're trying to see if this is somebody that you can be in a relationship with, right? You're checking for the red flags. Some people can come off as lovely and kind and nice the first few times that you get to know them. But to be honest, you don't really know who that person is if you haven't spent time with them, if you have not spoken to them long enough to know how they think, how they would act in certain situations. I feel like some people just jump straight into friendships, especially with floater friends. When they meet someone that they click with, that they vibe with, they're like, oh my god, I finally found my bestie. I finally found my bestie, this Westie. It's very beautiful in the beginning, finally finding someone that you can say, oh, this is my friend. This is someone I can go out with, have fun with, take to the house with, introduce them to my boyfriend. Dangerous, but people do it anyways. It's really interesting and it's exciting because you haven't had that before. But wait, take some time. Don't rush into friendships. Don't rush into it. Listen to how they talk. Listen to how they speak about people that are in their lives, because that's how you know how they will speak about you when you're not in the room. Yeah, listen to their ideologies on life. Does it resonate with you? Does it resonate with your standards and your values and your morals? If it doesn't, there's no need to force friendship with somebody like that, because you guys are not on the same level. And I'm not saying whoever you become friends with should always agree with you or have the same standards and morals as you, but it is easier and better to live life in friendship with people like that, because it creates less drama in your friendship. You guys see eye to eye on most things, not everything, but most things. Check yourself, is this person influencing you in the right way or the wrong way? I can tell you that I've hung out with some people that I found myself starting to do things that I told myself I would never do, just because of the conversations that we were having, and because there were plenty and it was just me. It almost seems like maybe I'm the odd one out. So in the process of trying to fit in with these people, I found myself, straying from my morals, straying from my standards just to fit in with this person. And it's not something you do consciously. It's something that happens subconsciously. Because you've hung out with them so often, you find yourself talking like them. You find yourself acting like them. Whether you're easily influenced or not, just be very careful. Check for red flags, because you don't know who you're being friends with. You don't know if you're going to become a different person entirely just by becoming friends with this person. So guys, be intentional about making good friends. Okay. This number 4 is very triggering for me. It's something I wish I started doing earlier, and this point is communication. Communication is not just key in romantic relationships, and like I said, friendships are a lot similar to romantic relationships. So what makes you think that communication is not as important in friendships as it is in romantic relationships? It is so important. If I started communicating earlier, there are some friends that I will still have in my life. Because if you even ask me why I fell out with this person, I can't give you a reason why. You know that I had my phase of not being a good communicator, but now at this point in my life, I find it extremely annoying when I see adults that don't know how to communicate, even in friendships. Because at your big age, why can't you talk? Even if I'm the one that offended you, talk. This is another point. People are always going to offend you. And the only way you can get past that offense in your heart in order not to build resentment and anger and jealousy and envy and all the negative emotions in the world is by communicating. It will even help you find a place in your heart to forgive that person. Any friend that cuts you off without communicating to you the reason why was never meant to be your friend. That person did not respect you enough to sit you down and tell you how they feel. And if you are somebody that does not take corrections, that's probably why you don't have friends. Not all friendships are meant to last forever, but there are some friendships that you don't want to lose. People are actually cutting their destiny helpers off. There are some people that once one small thing just happens like this, they have blocked you. Is that serious? What happened to dialogue? What happened to conflict resolution? It's a different thing when you've done these things, when you've communicated with someone time and time again, and you don't really see efforts in their behaviors, you don't really see the effort of them trying to change. That's when you can block. That's when you realize that, oh, this person is not my friend. This person does not respect me, does not respect my boundaries, or does not even care about what I'm trying to tell them. I'm going to be talking about love in this next point. That mindset of love is what has gotten me the most solid set of friends in life. I promise you guys, my friends are amazing. And the only way I could keep them and have them and continue to build and grow with them is because I love them. Friendship is a very sweet, strong bond when you love each other. When you're a lovely person, people will naturally gravitate towards you. Nobody wants to be friends with a bitter leaf. Even those people that are rude and mean and whatever, if you really check it, it's lack of love that made them that way. It's because they don't have love at home. That's why they are like that. That's why they are bitter leaf. A lot of people did not even grow up with their families. A lot of people even grew up with their families but did not necessarily have love from their mother and their father and from their siblings. I promise you guys, there is a love that supersedes and is greater than that love that you would expect from your mother, your father, your siblings, your spouse, and it is the love of Jesus Christ. God is love. He's the author of love. Of course, He's going to know how to love you best. It's not the kind of love that you can just keep for yourself. It is overwhelming. Like, it just overflows. You can't even help it. You just find yourself loving people. You just find yourself showing love to people because you understand how the love of God works. I'm not trying to take you guys to church, but even the story of Jesus, people always found themselves around Jesus. Not just sinners, not just because they wanted to be healed or whatever, or because they wanted to hear the preaching. Jesus was a lover. He was such a lovely person, and people just naturally gravitated towards him because he was different like that. What I'm trying to say is, as a floater, a real hack for you to get friends is to just be a lovely person. And yes, people have had experiences where they love somebody and did not receive that love back. But I promise you, it will come back to you in tenfold even, because sometimes you give love to the wrong people. Does not mean that that love does not come back to you. You might not have that love from that person you gave it to, but it will find its way back to you. You reap what you sow. People don't believe in karma, but I promise you it's real. If you are wicked and rude and evil to people, best believe you're going to get it back in the future. Don't stop being a lovely person. Don't stop giving love. Don't stop receiving love as well. Don't be so uptight. Yes, be cautious. Yes, be careful, because you never really know who is genuine and not. Like I said, look out for red flags. Don't be scared to receive love from people. You deserve it. This life is tough, and love is the only thing helping us. Like, love is what is keeping us going. The fact that you're still alive today, the fact that you have friends, you have a family, you have a job, you have a roof over your head is enough to let you know that somebody loves you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. And that same love that you get from the love of God is what you should spread to others. I promise you, when you spread that love, friendship is the least you can get from being a lovely person. A word is enough for the wise. Try this hack. If it does not work, call me bastard. My last but not the least point is, it is okay to build your own community of friends. Right now, I'm at the stage where I went from being the loner, the floater, to having friends, many friends that serve different, significant, important roles in my life. I have a friend that I can go and cry to for relationship problems. I have a friend that I can pray with and worship with, and we'll have a whole concert in my house or wherever we are. I have a friend that I can be creative with. I have friends that are like colleagues, business partners that when we come together to work, it's a banger each time. I have friends that I haven't even seen in years, but when we catch up, it is such a vibe. I have not established a squad with these people. These people probably don't even know themselves. Most of my friends don't even know each other, but I am the common denominator in the friendship, right? Jealousy in friendships is such a red flag for me, because what do you mean by I cannot be friends with other people? What in the delulu is going on in your head to make you think that you're going to be my only friend in life? That is a very toxic trait. And listen, I'm going to tell you in my chest, if you have a friend or a best friend that tells you not to make friends with other people, you have a devil by your side. Because guess what? God is going to use people to elevate your life. You might not even know that when you become their friend, but in the long run, these people can actually serve as big helpers in your life. Some of you will think it's cute that you have a best friend that doesn't want you to be friends with other people. You don't know that you're limiting yourself from exploring new connections that will take you from one level to the next. I pity you. They always have something negative to say about the new friend you make. I don't like her. She's this. She's taking you away from me. Ever since you became friends with this person, she took you away from me. You want to marry me? Trust me, I understand jealousy in friendships. So when your friend begins to neglect you because they have found a new friendship somewhere else, yes, that's different. That one will even let you know that, this my friend is not really my friend like that. Like I said earlier, there are people that come into your life for different purposes. You cannot put all of that on one person. What if you guys work in different fields? What if I'm a 9-to-5 girly and you're a content creator? We cannot relate in certain ways. So it is absolutely outrageous to tell somebody that they cannot become friends with someone else. That your friend, advise them to even find other friends, because you have given them the impression that you are their everything. You can never be anybody's everything. It's impossible. So please, don't limit yourself. Don't allow anybody limit you in the name of best friendship and tell you, don't be friends with this person. I don't want you to be friends with this person. It's giving toxic. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it, and I hope you've learned something from it. And don't forget to come back next week for another juicy YouTube content. Thank you guys for watching. Love you. Bye.